turbo V8s for everybody. We have the first in the world Octa bumper, and the Range Rover Sport used car market is completely broken. Fraggle Rock broken. Right, Gobo? Completely. You're going to need to see these prices. Hello, my Rover friends. Welcome to Rover News Auction Reviews. I'm your buddy Justin. Let's get right to JLR news. No CEO yet. No announcements. Joe's stepping out after 13 years to pursue other things, and we don't have a replacement yet. So we're going to keep an eye on who's going to be running the ship here in the North America market. Next up is, check this out. I want your opinions. The Velar, which I have a love-hate windshield relationship to. If you saw my Velar video, absolutely enjoy the car. I just don't fit. They're bringing it back. Well, it's getting a complete update, and it looks like a shooting brake. So are they going after like the wagon segment with it? An off-roady wagon. I wonder who's been successful with those. I could see it working. Here is, the spy shots we've all seen. But this AI rendering caught my eye. It's got a look. It looks different. You will notice it going down the road. So we're going to keep our eyes peeled, see if we get any more spy shots out of what the new Velar is going to look like. And now we're going to get into the turbo V8s. Okay, when I was doing the show last week here, we're so focused on the Defender losing the 5-liter supercharged motor, and I looked across the board and the 5-liter supercharged is gone. I know, rest in peace. Pour one out, pour some oil out, right? I didn't notice in the online configurer that you can still get a V8 in the Sport and the full size. I don't think it was there, but I am a dummy, so it might have been. You could get the BMW turbocharged Octa motor, their big flagship 630 horsepower jobby in the SV and the carbons and all of the $150,000+ car. But if you spec out an SE, which is the entry level, let's all chuckle at that for a second, the entry level Range Rover, you can still get a turbocharged V8 in it. So they're detuning the BMW power plant to 530 horsepower, which is right around where the 5-liter supercharged was. I got to get some seat time in one of these cars. I'm actually heading over to Land Rover Buffalo for a Cars and Coffee. If they've got one, maybe I can steal the keys. But that's interesting. So the V8s are not gone. You can still get them, and you get them turbocharged. So how do you unlock the turbocharged to give it the 630? We're going to let somebody else figure that out, but your head went right there too, right? All right. On to Lucky8 news. Hot diggity dog. Finally did it. We have a bumper that fits the Octa. It is a slimline bumper, nothing but big tires in the front, your winch. It's out there to get the job done. And look at this skid plate. It's absolutely amazing. What do you guys think? I already know what you think. It's amazing. And it's the best. You know why it's the best? Because it's the only one. So you can't say anything. Nana, boo-boo. I'm actually quite proud of this bumper. It took us a while to get it right. We needed to do custom coolers. And on the Octopus, they are different. And it was pulling my hair out. Do you think that we should make this bumper for the standard Defender, so P300, 400, and 525 options? Let me know what you think. I'm in love with it, but I'm also the one putting it on the car. On to more Lucky8 news. Sorry guys, Sticker Traders is on hold. The envelopes are stacking up, and I'm so thankful to everybody that sends them in. It is super cool, and we want to get your sticker on the wall. The icicle farm has ruined our roof. We got to get the roof fixed now. It is a disaster. They're ripping apart the whole half of the office. So please keep sending them. I'm not ignoring you. I'm not thankful. I'm very thankful for you sending them in. but it's on hold because I don't want to put them on the wall. Some of these are very old and once of a lifetime kind of stickers, and we want to make sure they get on the wall in a spot that's not going to get ripped apart. So I apologize for that, but keep them coming. All right, this week's sponsor is Rove. Rove puts on events in the Virginia area, Wintergreen and Mar. And the good news is you can sign up for Mar. So hop on to the link in the show notes, get registered. I'll see you at Mar. Eric's coming down with me. We're gonna bring the big green egg. We're gonna have cookout. We're gonna have the little tent and all the tchotchkes. Come see me. Come say hi to me. Come make fun of Eric. Okay, on to the auctions. The sports. It just happened to be a sport week, and oh my God, did I pick some winners. Okay, before we get to the sports. 2000 Trek Discovery. I actually bid on this. The person liked their Trek more than I liked my wallet or something to that effect. I wasn't giving up any more money. I figured this would go around $9 grand, and the reason I thought it would be cheap is because it was a totaled vehicle. There was an accident. And I'm like, this would be an amazing little project truck, run around, take it to events. I was in the $9,000 range. It was bid up to $13,000, but no sale. So what's it really worth? We won't know. Maybe we'll see this posted up on Cars and Bids. But super cool. Orange truck, had all the kit on it. I would have changed a few things, got rid of that blue hook and put some real tires on it. Excuse me. Okay, sport market's broken. I think all of the Land Rover market's about to have a big shift. Everything new has gone up 20%. So it brings up all the used prices. So we kind of know that things are going to level off. Defenders are kind of staying where they are. Anything desirable is holding value. Any of the 06 to 09s are still bringing good money because 06 to 09, everything's fine. This one shocked me. It was a 2010 Range Rover Sport supercharged, beautiful car, but the 10s had the timing chains. It was the first year, blah, 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 blah. I'm thinking it's going to go for around $9,000, $10,000. So I said $9,200. Sit down. $35,000. This Range Rover Sport sold for $35,000. I like, how? Who were the two maniacs that were like, that's my car? $35,000 for a 50,000 mile Sport 2010. Now, it's pretty, but the market is broken. Moving on to another one. I really want this. If anybody wants to sell me one of these and the first number starts with a 2, I'm into it. I want an SVR in gray. This one had the carbon pack. Absolutely adore this car. And I'm saying it's going to go for around 35, so I put my bid in at 34,800, sold for 38,200, $38,250, making me right around 9%. Hooray! I still got it. Not much, but I still got it. So for that kind of money, you could have had an SVR or a 2010. Internet, tell me, like, what is going on, my Rover friends? I don't understand it. Here's another one. Oh no, we're gonna get to another sport in a second. Here is a 94 Defender 90 Fastback, 200,000 miles, 3.9. It's actually a really good looking Defender. My guess was 58,800, bid to 52,000, but no sale. So I take the no sale ones as a win because you know what, I need them. But that's pretty close on the numbers for that one. It's a cool looking Defender for sure. And moving on to the next one, another sport. Last one of the week here. 2018, 100,000 mile diesel. Okay, the diesels are great as long as they're maintained correctly and the DEF system doesn't fail. When the DEF system has an issue, you got to factor in $8,000 or so to get it fixed. I'm saying these cars, undesirable. Everybody's afraid of the diesels. You can usually get them right around 10 grand. I put my number down, 9,200. $18,000. I don't know what is going on. The Range Rover Sport market's on fire. You got a Sport, get it listed, or just, I don't know, enjoy it, I guess, because your car just doubled in value here. Market's crazy, my friends. The market's crazy. Okay, next week, it's going to be our best show ever. I'll see you then. Be sure to follow.